few years ago now, I had the profound privilege, a draining and exacting privilege, but a privilege nonetheless, of holding my father's hand as he died, and touching his forehead in blessing, and praying for him, and singing over him, and speaking to him, and encouraging him to go forth on his spiritual journey with confidence and trust, knowing that he was loved. He'd been ill for some time with leukemia, and we knew that the end would come. I knew he had a deeply heartfelt spiritual faith, a Christian faith, with which he'd grown up and had become real to him over the years. And of course, one wants to trust that those things may be true, that he goes to a better place, a place of everlasting peace. But you can only have faith. You don't know for sure. He closes his eyes and dies, and you don't know what in his spirit he may be seeing. But a few days later, we were starting to clear through some of his possessions, and my sister went through some of his books and handed me one or two that she thought I might like to have for myself. One of them was a little book called Daily Light. It has selected Bible passages for every day of the year, a set for morning and a set for the evening. And it was something that had been given to my dad on his 21st Christmas by his best friend in 1955. I don't think it was something that Dad looked at religiously every day. I think it's something he perhaps kept to dip into every now and again. But after he died, it was given to me by my sister, and I noticed strangely that the ribbon marker sat in the date on which he died, the 13th of August, which was odd because Dad hadn't been at home for 10 days before he died. He'd been in hospital for those last few days. So why was the ribbon marker lying in that day, the day he died? I queried this with my sister, but she hadn't put it there. I queried it with my mum, she hadn't put it there. I queried it with all members of the family. None of them had put the ribbon marker there on the day he died. And Dad wouldn't have known, of course, that that would have been a day of immense significance for him. I looked at the entry for the 13th of August and the entry for the morning, because he died in the morning. And of all those 365 times 2 entries in all of that book, this is what it reads on the morning of his death. He hath prepared for them a city. Jesus said, "If I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. An inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fadeth not away, reserved in heaven for you. Here have we no continuing city, but we seek one to come. We which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore, comfort one another with these words. And the best friend who gave this little book to Dad when he was 21 in 1955, Bill, he himself made his journey beyond many decades ago.